this is what it looks like to be successful. You need a husband.
Yeah.
You need to have kids. Like, this is all you're good for. And so I was looking for that. And I found a bad boy. I mean, he was my son's father. 18 years we lasted.
Yeah. You said you loved him so
Oh,
much.
I did.
Yeah. But addiction eventually tore you all's relationship apart because you knew you couldn't save him.
I couldn't. I was trying to take medicine to someone that liked being sick.
Mm.
You know, my mother, I am such a diehard loyalist. Like, I literally feel like, and I would always date projects. So people
Really?
like Build-A-Bear men.
Wow.
Like, I thought I owned the Build-A-Bear planet. So he was broke, and I was like, I think I can fix him.
I love him.
Hey, I ran away. I left 8 times. I mean, we were both preachers' kids. Every single thing Pastor Rod said was going to happen, happened. 25 years later, right? And here I am 18 years, and I start this journey of having to start all over again. And it took literally probably 25 years to break away. Maybe 3 or 4 or 5 years, yeah. I moved back in with my mother and my father. I owned an interior design company that banked. I was telling people I could make drapes, and they believed me. And my design company in Florida with one of my friends, Brian, I mean, we were killing it. But sin took us further than we wanted to go. Cost us more than we wanted to pay.
Wow.
And we lost everything. And my mom and daddy came and saved me, and I went to their house at 36 and thought I was losing my mind.
36 years old, you go move back in with your parents, and you take a job at Belk.
Had to.
At the Estee Lauder counter.
There was nothing else, and all I knew was design. You know, where am I going to go work? I was special ed. I didn't go to college.
Wow.
And I went to Belk, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me because that's where I fell in love with people. I had to tap into whatever it was that I was running from in Kim. These people were sitting in my chair, Brandy, and a lot of them were seasoned saints, seasoned people, which meant they had lots of wrinkles. And they would come sit in my chair and want me to do their makeup, and I had no clue because I was United Pentecostal. They didn't teach you how to do makeup. We didn't wear makeup. And here I am like, God, you hate me. Like, I was bad in baby heaven. This
Not bad at baby
This
heaven.
is why I'm here. Like, I got to
Wow.
work at Belk for $9 an hour. Belk is like a Kmart on crack. And I was dying.
And so how long were you there?
I was there for probably 2 years, and I really fell in love with it because I found that since I didn't know how to do makeup, I had to talk. And I really realized, man, I'm a good salesperson.
Yeah.
I'd be like, man, you do not even need, like, if you came and sat in my chair, Brandy, I'd be like, girl, you don't even need any makeup.
You just need
God
lip gloss.
favored you so much with them cheekbones. Let's just put a little bit of bronzer and lip gloss. And everybody was buying the lip gloss.
Wow.
And the Estee Lauder were like, what are you doing? I said, if you only knew, I'm surviving.
I'm over here doing the work of the Lord. I'm doing the Lord's
I got
work.
healed. I started getting healed because I started realizing, man, these people are really going through. I'm just over here mad at religion, really? I'm mad at my dad for what? Mad at my mom? And I just started loving these people in my chair. And I started realizing that I was ministering. Didn't even know that's what it was. I was just trying to save my job. And before I knew it, these people were walking out, carrying their heads up like, man, this woman, they would come back on Friday and be like, what are you coming back for? You got to keep your lipstick. You can't return your lipstick. We're on a roll in this store. And they'd be like, no, I'm coming to sit back in your chair because I don't know what you did. But for 60 years, I've been stuck on what my dad did to me. And in those 45 minutes, whatever you said to me gave me hope to live.
Wow.
And I started like, girl, depression started falling off of me. I was walking like, can't nobody tell me nothing. I was loving people.
Yeah.
And Bloomingdale's, I got a job at Bloomingdale's. And I thought, man, I'm moving from Kmart on crack to black and white tile on the floor.
Yeah.
And I went and did Estee Lauder there and stayed there for 5 years, ran just about every department in that store. Because that's where I started, got picked up for Preachers of Atlanta.
Okay. So, Preachers of Atlanta, now we're in your third husband, your third marriage, right?
Met him on Facebook.
You met him on Facebook.
I met him on Facebook. I was living back at my mom and dad's house. I was 38, 39 years old. I had gone on, my family had went to Hawaii. on vacation with my sons, and I was mad. So I opened me up a eHarmony.
Wow.
And I went on eHarmony, and it overtook me, the people that liked me on eHarmony. I went and met one, and I walk in, and this little Pillsbury Doughboy, I'm like, what? He literally was not who he said he was. And I went home and closed it. He had a picture of him at a golf in high school, maybe 50 years before.
No.
So I closed it down. It showed me that I was desiring something. Like I was like, man, I got to get out of my mother and dad's house. I need somebody to save me. Like I need somebody that's got it going on. I need somebody that's got money. I don't want to work at Bloomingdale's for the rest of my life. I still wasn't saved. I was still driving to church with a cigarette hanging out my window, going to lead praise and worship at my dad's
you're
church.
not saved if you going to church smoking on the way?
Listen, I'd go the back roads too. I'd be going down the back roads. I'd get out of the car and spray Love Spell all over me like they weren't going to smell that I like a whole French whore. And I'd give their lead worship because my dad was making me lead worship because I was in his house again. And this dude slipped in my DMs. And he was older. He was 15 years older.
Oh, wow.
And he had a picture of him at TBN, in the crowd. And I was like, well, he's saved. So maybe this is the one.
Because of the picture at TBN.
I had never preached a sermon in my life. I did not want to be leading worship at my dad and mom's church. Like, I was still very lost, even though I was loving people.
Wow.
And I literally let this man slip in my DMs, and I met him twice. And my mom said to me, Kimberly, because 2 women reached out and said to my daddy and said, tell this girl to run. This man is the devil. And my daddy and mama sat me down and said, Kimberly, what you gonna do if what they say about him's true? I was like, well, I guess I'll be like the woman at the well. We'll just get divorced. Can you believe that? How hard I was, Brandy?
So people were telling you that this man was the devil.
Yes.
But why were they saying that he was the devil?
Because they had been in a relationship with him.
Okay, these are 2.
One was his ex-wife, which y'all listen to me. If somebody tells you they've been married 2 or 3 times and it's never them and it's somebody else, they are a problem. They're a red flag because it takes 2 to tango.
You did not believe the ex-wife.
I wanted out of my mother's house.
Yeah.
I wanted my sons to see me loved. I was the only one in my family, Brandy, that couldn't keep a marriage. I was literally going to hell on a slip and slide 3 times. I mean, 2 times at this point. I never thought God was going to use me the way he has.
Wow.
I never in my life thought that I would have probably thought better. I would have probably considered, you probably shouldn't do this. Like, you don't even know this man. And I married him. And he moved to Atlanta. Got on Preachers of Atlanta. My world took off. And his character just couldn't keep up with where God was taking me.
When you said this on your interview with Willie Moore Jr., I was like, whoa. Of course, in the comments, that's all people were saying. His character couldn't keep up where my purpose was going. Like, his character couldn't keep up with my purpose. And I think that there are so many women who find themselves at that door walking into 40 or after 40 or walking into 50, and they feel like the clock is running out. I better make a decision quick. If I don't, my life is going to fall apart. And you're saying there is still so much time on the clock.
Listen to me. We serve a God. I didn't preach my first sermon until I was 41.
Hey, Vault family, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this clip, make sure to check out our full interview on our channel at Vault Empowers Talks. We don't just scratch the surface. We dive deep into the lives of some of the world's most influential leaders and change makers. Don't forget to like, to comment, and be sure to subscribe for more inspiring conversations. See you next time.